Hello, good evening, Happy New Year. I've been saying this to people for the last 2 weeks and somehow I still keep seeing new people, so we'll keep saying it. Welcome along to the Jackocar Cup Series. It is Season 13. Unbelievable, who knew we'd get here? And, as you'll see in the title, we've got a brand new strapline of a Thursday Night Thunder. Don't know how long that'll last. We have been mentioning Thursday Night Thunder for a long time, so it shouldn't be a surprise that it's here now. And it's Jackocar without Jacko in charge, so many things are changing. The only thing that really isn't changing actually is the commentary box, because me, I'm still here, and Jacko himself actually is still here. And Jacko, your first time here not leading the league, and we've gone at 7:34 sharp.
Yes, I know. You know, if I was still in charge, good evening everyone, if I was still in charge, we would have very much gone by now. So it doesn't matter what time you make the lobby, it's Jackocar. We will always go late. That's all I have to say about that.
Yes.
Hello, Alan. I'm back.
I know, thank goodness for that. And we've got a lot of new rules to talk about this season, naturally, as you would expect, with new owners in Gareth Hall and in Ben Shaw. Your supreme leader, as you'll see Gareth is being called there on the screen. And the first main difference is going to be qualifying. Now how this works is that we're going to have... Oh, how does it work? It's called duels, and I've been trying to get my head around this for a while. It is pretty simple. I'm just a bit slow, I think. So we're going to have 5 groups of 4 go out in their own sort of time slots. A bit similar to what we used to have with the old system. Where we'd have half the grid go out at one time, then the other half of the grid have their own slots. It's 4 groups of 4 and then 1 group of 3. And basically within those groups of 4, we're going to have points given out for who has the fastest time in that group. But then also in that group, there will be pairs of drivers in their duel, and they've got to beat each other as well. It just gives a bit of an extra element to qualifying, and it is a bit of a mind melter. And is the lobby gone again, Jacko? It looks like the lobby... this is the 6th or 7th time we've had a problem with the lobby, by the way. And it looks like the lobby's already gone for me. Is it back for you? Yeah, it's gone for me.
It is back for me.
Ah, there you go. I'm back as well. It just said to me, everyone left, everyone retired. But we've now got... a new driver in Logan Orand, which I really hope that's how I say your name. He's a new reserve for the season, but I'm getting invites to your lobby now, so I don't really know what's happening. I think we're going to be restarting the lobby.
I think for entertainment purposes, we keep this stream rolling as well.
Yeah, do you know what? We should probably do that, really, because, yeah, I've not, as you can probably tell, got my head around duels yet. So I think we might have to work together on this one, Jacko. As I rejoin the new lobby.
I'm still writing the tweet as well, so you know it gives me time to finish that.
Right. The thing is, if only Gareth and Ben hadn't written really clear instructions on a tweet for how duels work, and you know it would have been really useful if I'd read them. So let me read directly their words, and then we can't possibly get this wrong. It's a lot simpler, in fairness, than I'm making it sound. Just need to find it.
To be fair, they've made a big point that everyone should read the rules. I read the rules, and none of it went in. So, you know, what happens in that situation? Do Gareth and Ben become mad at me? Or I've followed procedure, and it doesn't make sense. So... very much like season 1 of Jackocar, I'm going to be a bit like you, being led into the blind and hoping for the best, and it'll all work out eventually. I'm sure it will.
I think the only thing that confuses me about duels is the fact that we have groups of 4 going on, and that doesn't exactly scream duel to me. But they all... But you get points for winning your duel, so that duel is surely just against one driver.
Yeah. Oh, no, I understand the dual element of it. They go out in groups, say like the 4 slowest, then the next 4 slowest. They get a window to set 1 lap in. But within that 4, there are 2 individual duels going on. They change every week. There's a qualifying dual point that's available for each winner, so technically that'd be 10 winners from those groups. What that point does, I do not know. Is it a new style playoff point?
Well, luckily I
don't know.
I do know how that point works.
Oh, okay, you fill in that gap. Let's
Right.
go.
So I know what that point does. That point goes into a separate table, and basically the top 3 in that table at the end of the regular season will receive playoff points. So you'll get 5 points if you top the table, you'll get 3 points if you're second, you'll get 1 point if you're third. So it's not worth a massive amount, but it just gives a little bit of an extra element to qualifying. So essentially, what we'll do is we'll just list out every duel at the start of each qualifying session. We'll watch the duel, and then we'll confirm the winner of the duel, and then at the end of the qualifying session, we'll confirm pole position. The thing that confused me before was triple threat. This is basically the top 3. They're going out, and they're all against each other. So whoever finishes the best out of those 3, I think, gets the point there.
Do you know the only catch with triple threat is that obviously this week is based on the end of last season's points. If we get, I don't know, let's pick a name from the list. If we get a Baza win followed by, say, Johannes on the podium, and then let's go with Ben Shaw as well. You're going to have Baza up against 2 drivers that are fundamentally faster than him. So it will be a little bit skewed.
Are you spectator, Jacko? Oh no. That was tight.
Well, let me introduce you to the 20th full-time driver of season 13.
I'll tell you what, you got that in at the very last second. Thank goodness I noticed.
It was tight. I think it might be so tight there's still a chance I could be in the car.
No, I definitely saw the ticker go up to 2 there. I think you're okay.
Okay. Oh dear. Well, it's been a very smooth start to season 13.
Yeah, we've gone at 7:30 plus 11 sharp.
Yep.
Pretty.
It's 7:30 somewhere.
Exactly.
I'm sure that's how the song goes.
No one here to correct you.
Nope. My league, my name above the door. Some things will never change. It is 7:30. Welcome to Jackocar on a Thursday night.
Right. So what we're going to see happen here, we're going to see the first 4 drivers come out.
Don't laugh, Owen.
No, never. We're going to see the first 4 drivers come out onto the track to prepare for their duel. So those 4 drivers are going to be New Boy, Logan Orand, which again I hope I'm saying your name right. It's Aura ND is his surname. He's American. I thought he was Sargent for a moment, Logan Sargent, because I just got told it was an American called Logan, and I don't know what Logan Sargent does these days, and he'd fit this league properly well. But hopefully he doesn't give us many reason to make, jokes about Sargent, because he was pretty rubbish. So we'll see Logan come out, along with Jack Craig. They are the first duel. With them on track will be Leroy Haslager and Michael Okeke as well. So those 4 drivers will be setting times, and we will be keeping an eye on who wins the duels. But here is Logan, so we'll give him a little bit of time. He is a reserve tonight, and I believe we're also missing... Who are we missing? We're missing Jamie Griffiths. He's missed out quite late on, which actually means that Gareth Hall has already won his duel, because he will be dueling against Jamie Griffiths if he would have been here. So that's a bit convenient, isn't it?
You'd never have thought that, would you? With Gareth trying to put his name above the door, and his first act of service is to win a qualifying duel. So, make of that what you will. And I'm just looking into this Logan's surname here. I'm getting a lot of French spelling, which would make it Oran. But however, he is American. So
that's what's confusing me, yeah.
Yeah,
I really should have just asked him, really, shouldn't I? But we all use Discord now, and I can't stand Discord. So I use it as little as possible.
Yeah, you know what? I keep missing messages from Ben and Gareth. They're like, well, it's on Discord. I'm like, I don't use Discord.
Yeah, can't be bothered with it.
Oh, awful. The league is already not as good since I left it. As here we go then, Owen. Season 13, a brand new driver, brand new era, but same old Jackocar. Take us around the lap of Mexico.
Down towards turn 1. I'm not going to make the same joke I made about Danica Patrick 4 weeks ago, but you all know what the joke is. As we head through the first chicane, and it was only 4 weeks ago we were here for the Championship 5. I mean, it does go by quite quickly. It was basically just your average Christmas break we had as Logan comes through to the end of Sector 1. And you'll notice as well, that's why we have 19 drivers. Corey's also not here, because he's currently in race 1 of his 4-race ban for, it was Ben Harrett he murdered, wasn't it, around here. In the early stages of the race. It was a very deliberate move. We just so happened to catch it live on stream. There was absolutely nothing he could do about it. There was no way he was getting out of that penalty. And it was obviously a race where Tony Kirkpatrick won his first title. This is looking like a pretty clean lap so far from Logan. He's given it plenty as he heads through into the stadium section. The car looks relatively planted. Expect the tyre attempts to go through the roof during this race. It always happens. Especially through the twisty S section, but right in the final corner comes Logan, and he is fastest so far. That was a tidy lap. I think he'll be pretty pleased with that. His rival is Jack Craig. You're still only allowed one qualifying lap within your slot, and Jack Craig has just started his lap at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on how he gets on. Leroy also on his lap, and OKK yet to start, so we can follow Jack Craig on his way round. And we'll have to quickly switch to Leroy at the end. He's about 10 seconds further back. While we wait for Jack to finish his lap, we should also quickly mention that jokers are no longer a thing. We saw last season that they didn't really work anymore, being that this game doesn't really favour one-stop strategies. So what's happened this season is, as Jack Craig goes way off the road, that's going to give our first actual duel win to Logan, almost certainly. We'll see if Jack Craig can still keep the pace up, but he's gone way off in the S's. But yeah, Supercharger is what we're calling effectively a joker now, and it means you're playing for double points in the current race, and the point system's also been expanded. We've got 35 points for a win now, and more points for everyone really down the field, as Jack does confirm he's nowhere near Leroy's time. So 2 joker drivers being Jake and Leroy, who we're watching at the moment, so they're playing for 70 points tonight if they can win the race, as Leroy goes up to second fastest. I mean, that's a big jump from just 20, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too many. I like his 20, that's why we kept it for however many seasons. It's 20 technically, if you count the Kia races.
I mean, it's very NASCAR though, isn't it? That's the one thing I never never occurred to me is Leroy loses out to OKK in his duel as well. So first 2 duels have been won by Logan and OKK. Very rare to see OKK winning something, but there you go. There you go.
Hang on. 16 minutes before you got an OKK joke in.
And that's only because the lobby took so long to get started.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna label that a JoKK.
And that's why you don't own the league anymore, isn't it?
I was at 47 minutes for my first bad joke of the season. That's not bad. Who's next, Owen? Is it Mike or Robin?
It might be.
It might be Bazza.
It might be Bazza, I believe, yeah. Bazza, who will be up against Ben Harrett in his duel, Mike Kelterborn against Robin Border. Those are the 4 drivers out on track at the minute. But yeah, just to finish my point on the superchargers, just like a joker, every driver gets 1 supercharger each. Jake and Leroy are the 2 that have taken theirs tonight. Nothing changes on your strategy. It's literally just you're playing for double points. That's all it changes. So, assuming they finish relatively well tonight, you'll definitely see Jake at the top of the championship if he finishes the race. We know he's quick enough for that. It just depends on if Leroy can put together a decent race himself. But yeah, you'll see massively high points tallies as the season goes on. And yeah, I'm just trying to remember every single rule we've got. It's funny how things change when people, change ownership of a league. We won't face wildcard races this week. This is a normal race for race 1. Race 2 next week in Monza will be a wildcard race. I can't tell you what that means yet, because the owners haven't decided. But basically, there's a massive amount of things that can happen in a wildcard race. We could be forced to qualify in full wets on a dry track or slicks on a wet track, stuff like that. We could have sprint races involved. We could have 3, 4, 5 stop mandatory races. We could do rainbow races, all sorts. They're basically races where the league owners can just muck about with us and give us something a bit wacky. So look out for that in Monza next week. But this is a completely normal race because there's that much changing already. The last thing we need is for wild cards to get involved. Baz has gone 5th fastest there. Let me find his duel again. But he might struggle to beat Ben Harrett as Mike Kelterborn, I should say, goes ahead of Michael O'Keke up into 2nd place. You'd almost say he's looking good for his as well. Ben Harrett's on his outlap. Where is Robin? Who
Ben
was
Harrett,
fighting?
very late,
he's gone
by
4th.
the way.
Sorry, he's gone 4th there. So he's lost out to Mike Kelterborn. Robin, who was fighting for a championship here 4 weeks ago.
Sure was.
Way to crash back down to earth.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Ben Harrett. He's meant to... Is it meant to leave the pits between 14.25 and 10.50? Or the lap has to be set before that time?
Yeah, hot laps can be set after the cut-off time.
Okay.
Doesn't
This
say
is legal, then?
Doesn't say whether it can be started, but we know he left the pits on time.
This is an outlap.
This is a night lap. I mean, he must have left within the time. Let's see if he pits. He'll do his lap. So we know Ben Harrett had he had a pretty poor season last time round, but we know he is generally quite quick. So he'll be hoping to get a lap time on the board. I'm sure if it's illegal, our supreme leader will have an eye on it and will be able to use. And will he still call it Jackocar, or is he going to have to get a new name for it?
You know what, I asked about this. Apparently they are keeping Jackocar, which is fantastic news.
That's a shame. I thought they might, because they would have really had to figure out a good name to replace that with.
They could just call it Varif.
Varif or Bar, if you want to go by Ben's name. Very lazy, but it works. I'm full of ideas here. Just do you know what, Owen, as well? You're so kind. These are all free ideas as well. I know, exactly. And we stream for free as well. I mean, we do everything for this lot. Yeah. And I don't think we've confused anyone yet. Mind you, I've not looked at the chat, so don't tell me you're confused now, because I'm not going to look. But as Ben Harrett comes through the middle sector, I mean, he's pushing along, so he's going to finish this lap, whether it's legal or not. What would have happened last season if there was an illegal lap is that he would have been told to jump the start and take a drive-through penalty on lap 1. Ben Harrett has won his duel against Bazet provisionally. He's gone 2nd fastest. Logan's time is still a 2nd clear of the field. He's looking very good, it has to be said. When the faster guys get out there, I imagine he'll face some competition, but riding on board with his lap, he looked pretty good, it has to be said. As we see Chris Waits out on the track, Pete Knighton, and you will see Gareth as well. They're the only 3 drivers that will be out in this 3rd group of qualifying. And where is Pete? Has Pete started his lap? He has indeed. Wait to see. Chris Waits has also started his lap, and they are obviously against each other because Gareth Hall has already won against Jimmy Griffiths. He's just here to set a proper qualifying time. That is still the main objective. Duels are nice, but you've got to qualify at the front of the grid to make it count in the race, because this is all for just 5 playoff points if you get even into the playoffs, for goodness sake. So just worth keeping an eye on. We'll give it its due sort of respect, the duels, but I tried to make a joke there. I don't think it worked. As Chris Waits goes up to 3rd fastest.
I got you.
Yeah, well.
It was noted.
we should also mention that it was very nice of NASCAR to, and I mentioned this to you, Gareth and Ben as well, earlier in the week. It was very nice of NASCAR to scrap the playoffs, wasn't it, this week? Just as we were about to start the season. I reckon if Gareth and Ben had an extra sort of week or two to digest that news, we could have come in with a whole new sort of playoff system. But last season worked so well that we didn't need to change it. But now we have an outdated playoffs, which sounds a bit odd, as Pete crosses the line and he wins his duel.
We've got our own playoffs. It's not outdated. Obviously, inspiration taken from NASCAR.
Well, as in the name no longer exists. It's a bit of a weird one.
Oh, yeah.
Our chase is now... their main thing is now the chase, which is how it used to be. Then they put the playoffs in, then they got rid of the playoffs because no one liked it. And NASCAR, just as usual, bit mind-melting, isn't it?
Did you not know it was coming?
This is the thing, we did know it was coming, so why did they wait until we were about to start?
Well, NASCAR waiting for us.
Exactly, for goodness sake. I mean, just shocking. I mean, we give them so many good ideas.
Great unknowns. Yeah. What was the other thing they changed and then or we took advantage of. It was the mid-season challenge, didn't they? But I'd already come up with that, offering points for basically you go head to head every week.
What was that? The Tesco club card shootout.
Yes,
They nicked that off you, didn't they? I thought they just stole it, yeah. And then it disappeared from Jackocar without anyone even noticing. That's the first we probably mentioned it in a couple of seasons.
Yes, because I couldn't be bothered to keep it up.
Yeah. Oh well. What can you do?
I think we did 2 or 3. I'm sure we did.
Do you know what? Actually, the duels is probably a bit of an evolution of the club card shootout, just in qualifying instead of the race.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it lives on a little bit as we watch the penultimate group of drivers. As you can see, only got less than 5 minutes in the session. Johannes Mellers against Arnaud de Grief, and Sullivan Lewis versus Ben Shaw. Logan, he's still up there. Pete Knight in second place. It's good for him, but risky. Sullivan Lewis, we're still waiting for that win. He should have had one last season. He was the leader in Monza going into the final corner and he ended up going off the track. He got a penalty moments before for driving off in a straight line. He's got to win a race this season. He's got to. And if he can stick this car in P1 for now, it'll be a right statement of intent. Here he comes, 1 minute 15 dead to beat. He's not quite got there. He's half a second off. And that'll give Ben Shaw plenty to aim at. One of the new leaders of the league, so we must give him his fair dues. You'll see a lot of people are using the Exo Tiger livery. It looks very nice on this game, it has to be said. It's one of the few decent templates on this game. And Ben Shaw rocking his usual colours.
With how poor Ben Shaw was all of last season, as he goes P2, by the way, he was actually, from the playoffs onwards, the second highest driver in points scored in those final 7 races. So, you know, Ben Shaw, I think he could be back. And how dearly would he love to add a second title to his name in a league he now owns? Arnaud, incomplete.
And that's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? I mean, he had a good run in the playoffs last season, but Arnaud, I mean, how does this work? I mean, if he just crawls around, can he claim, oh, I didn't actually do a lap yet? I'm sure he probably can. I'm going to guess he went invalid. I wasn't actually watching him. But he's going to be starting at the back, pretty much, is what that means.
It's with me, apparently, because I'm still 16th on the timing sheets. I don't know about you.
Ah, yeah, you are on the timing sheets. When did that happen? Yeah. I didn't even notice you were still on there.
Neither did I. I've only just picked up on it when I looked at Arnaud.
I know Jamie Griffiths is missing, and I know Corey's missing. I think that's why I was getting confused on the numbers. That makes sense, actually, that you're there. Well, if you fancy racing, I guess you still could hop in a car. But yeah, just to finish my thoughts on Ben Shaw, as you say, he's had a very good second half of the season. He's beaten Risky in the duel, just as he did to win the race in Monza, which broke a 51 race losing streak for him. How long is Pete Knight in streak? I believe it's 201 races now tonight.
Yeah, just
housekeeping. It was his 200th for the Championship 5, wasn't it? Which he didn't win, obviously. What a surprise! And we didn't see Johannes, by the way, but he did qualify 3rd with his time. Logan is still up the front. Only 3 drivers can take a maiden pole position off him. The first of them being, I believe, Jake O'Sullivan, who's just in front of Casper Klein on the main straight. I wonder if this is going to give Casper a bit of a distant tow. Reigning champion Tony Kirkpatrick, he'll be the last man to cross the line, so we will watch him as he finishes off. But this is for pole position. This is for some well needed dual points. Only one of these 3 drivers can get that dual point, so we'll see how they get on. And I'm watching Casper. He's got very nice looking livery again this season. He's used the same template as he's used for the last few races, but he's gone all chrome with it. And a big fan of that, Casper. But we'll worry about you in a moment, because Jake O'Sullivan is ahead on the track. He is also, of course, the supercharged driver, one or 2 supercharged drivers. The other one being Leroy Hasselnager, who currently sits in P11. But if Jake can put this near the front of the grid, he could be on for a huge points haul. I will take you down the points format after qualifying, but let's see these drivers cross the line first. Jake around the final corner. It looks pretty clean. Ben had a bit of a slide out of the final corner here last time. I think that cost him P1. But he wouldn't have been faster than Jake, who's gone to P1, just in front of Casper. But what about our reigning champion? We know he's quick. He was the dark horse for a lot of last season until he suddenly just decided to become comfortably the best driver. Has he carried on that form? The number 95, drifting around the final corner. The reigning champion, he's lost out on pole. He's only gone P4 behind the debutant in Logan. What a lap for him in the end to go P3. But it's Jake, the supercharger, did the rain at the final corner put Tony off? If it didn't, that's an excuse for you. But it is Jake. I mean, how many poles has he had now? I've lost count, but I think that's it's another number to add to just this humongous list of pole positions this man has.
Number 27.
Just a stupid number, as he, the three-time champion, looks to become the first Thursday Night Thunder champion. All the numbers count the same, but, you know, we're being pushed to push Thursday Night Thunder, so, you know, you're getting what you want. But, yes, he's looking to become a four-time champion this season, so we'll see how he gets on. But yes, I'm going to find the points format now, because I did sort of promise it, didn't I? And I've absolutely no idea where I've put it.
I'll fill in this gap then. Obviously, the previous era ended in Mexico, and now we return to Mexico for the start of a new era. Jake O'Sullivan on pole, so some things do not change. That is pole number 27, by the way. He goes clear of Ben Short, and one behind Khalifa. Casper P2, and then Logan in P3. Logan, by the way, I'm glad Jake stole pole off of him, because I would otherwise have to dig out the stat for the last time we had a rookie on pole, because I couldn't tell you, but I'm sure Owen Wyatt, when he's back, will be able to.
The only one I can remember would be Nathan Samba, but that was like 10 seasons ago.
Yeah, I think we've had one more as well.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I could at least name, Nathan Samba as one other.
Arguably Mike Kelterborn, Season 1 Australia.
Yeah, well, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Although that's quite a statistic that he has a pole position as he sits down in P11.
Yeah.
But we'll worry about him in the race. Right, points format. Basically, points have been revamped a wee bit, just to reward drivers for finishing higher, and also, as we've had in previous seasons, just trying to convince them to continue if their race has gone to pot. So 35 points for the winner, 30 per second, 26 for third, then 23, 21, 19, 17, 15, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, however you want, as you go down to the bottom half. So it's just more weighted towards the drivers finishing higher, and that obviously all gets doubled if you are a supercharger, which Jake and Leroy are. So that means if they finish 1-2, for instance, tonight, they'll be getting 70 and 60 points apiece. So it's pretty handy for them, isn't it? If they can take advantage. And as I say, strategy is all the same. No more need to do a one-stop or anything like that, because it just doesn't work on this game. And I'm sure that will please everyone. Especially Gareth. I think Gareth was the most upset about the Jokers last season. He tried it in Miami. It just did not work at all.
Here's a question for you, Aaron. Obviously, last season, but previously, you've had to finish the race to get the points. Okay? Is that still in play here? Or are drivers just awarded points down to 20th, whether they finish or not?
I would be absolutely amazed if you get points for not finishing the race. I'd need to find the graphic again. It doesn't say on there, so I'd have to assume you have to finish to get the points. It's a working formula. It keeps people in the race. I'd be amazed if you suddenly get points for DNFing when you're in 11th place. So we have a Spa-style pile-up where 9-10 cars get wiped out, and then you're in 10th place 2 laps down and think, I can't be arsed and retire. You shouldn't get points for that. So
no, absolutely. That's why I brought it in, because I think we did 2 seasons of you get points down to 20th regardless.
So we'll go with you've got to finish to get the points, and if it's not that, I'm sure Gareth and Ben will rectify that. While we've got another little lull, let's just quickly run you through the calendar. Now, we only have the calendar for the first 10 races of the season, I don't think we don't even have a Championship 5 track yet. This is basically to stop drivers from sweating, right? And getting themselves, extra practice ahead of a race that's months away. So the calendar for the regular season is obviously Mexico to start with here tonight, followed by Monza, which will be one of 2 wildcard races. Will be in Vegas after that, Qatar, Kota, which will be throwback week, China, Netherlands, Hungary, the other wild card, and then Brazil and Monaco, 2 races to finish off the regular season, and that is a sign, if you ever needed one, that the Jacko era is very much over, because no Austria. That will probably come later.
I got the calendar revealed to me before anyone else, obviously. Name above the door. And the first thing my eyes went to was round 10, and I was like, "Where's Austria?
I know,
What's happening here, boys?
I mean,
you can't run a league without Austria."
It's the right colours. Maybe they just got confused on their flags. I don't know.
It's not on. It's not on. I don't like it.
And just to absolutely confirm, that's 10 races for the regular season. Then we'll have 6 playoff races and a Championship 5, 17 races, the standard number for Jackocar. And it'll be races every Thursday. We're not doing Tuesdays and Thursdays like we have for the last few seasons. It means that the season starts tonight, 15th of January, and finishes on the 4th of May. So that's Star Wars Day, isn't it? So I'm expecting some liveries for that. But that's a long way away, so you've got plenty of time to work that one out. By that point, F1 26 might be out, the DLC, who knows? This will almost certainly be our last season running the 25 cars, I'll tell you that for absolutely certain. I'll be amazed if, 26 isn't out by the end of this season. But we've got all our drivers round.
Oh, and 2 things. Obviously, welcome to Mexico, everybody. My car is still on the grid, so I guess if I finish, I'll be in line for some points. And also, you can leave me hanging here, but do you have a new catchphrase to start these races?
No, I didn't get a good reaction to Thunder, but I've done it now, so here we go. It's 5 lights here in Mexico City. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing in Jackocar for the 13th season. Can you believe it? As they all race down towards turn 1. It's wheel to wheel already between Casper on those soft compound tyres. He should have the grip through this first chicane. And if I'm Jake O'Sullivan, I'm not fighting this too hard as they almost touch. Good driving from Jake to hold on to the lead. He shouldn't really be able to on those tyres. And I think Jake, I think he knows it as Casper comes again towards the outside line in turn 4. That's not going to work either. And this is good defending from the 3-time, hoping to be 4-time champion against a driver who still hasn't won his first championship, believe it or not, after all these attempts. And look at that, I think that's Ben Harrett fighting away with Sullivan Lewis, and that's for P7 on the road. There was a little bit of contact at the start. Baz is a little bit detached at the back of the field. We've still got contact here between these two. Risky. Ow! He's almost lost it. Well held, but it's going to keep Ben Harrett alongside him. And they're properly being detached from the rest of the pack as Pete Knighton gets interested. He sits in P9 and he's just weaving to show everyone that he's there. He's also got Arnold already up in 11th place and now 10th. Passing Robin Border, and he's now right behind the Season 1 champion. What a hectic but clean first lap that was.
And look at
Casper, you can pit whenever you want, and he's decided to pit straight away on lap 1. That's a bit of an old school strategy. Maybe that's why I wasn't too worried about taking lead at the start. And yeah, that's just to confirm. You can make the 2 stops, I believe, whenever you want now. There's no wait until after halfway.
Stages. Yeah, no stages anymore. So no playoff points there. I'm sure they'll be accumulated elsewhere throughout the races as we see the rookie Logan move up into P2 on his debut here. I tell you what, his pace he showed in qualifying, Owen. I think we have a new challenger for the front of the grids to join the likes of Jake Casper, Tony, Ben Shaw, Johannes, and Baza. So it's good to have another name up there, and hopefully he can do something with it.
Well, again, it's just a bit of a shame that he's officially, I believe, a reserve, isn't it? Because he's absolutely showing his stuff right now. And yeah, I'm sure if anyone drops out, he'll be the go-to man. But Leroy's already got his first penalty of the season, by the way. That didn't take very long. I think Logan might go for this already down towards turn
Okay,
one.
right.
He's kept all of his DRS. He's using it now. The DRS will open now. And highs the closing speed. He's sitting in hot laps still, so he's happily cruising up to the back. But he's not going to go for the move. He's made a good gap on Tony, though, who's almost been detached. And Johannes, first time we've actually looked at his car this season, he's running orange now, which is a bit unusual for him. He's gone a bit of the McLaren route there, where he used to have silver, now isn't. And there's the move for the lead. That didn't look particularly difficult for Logan. I think Jake's just letting him get on with this. He's protecting his supercharged points. He would still be getting 60 for finishing second, which is obviously way more than anyone else would be getting at this point in time. And I'm just
realised, Owen, there's something I've not done. It's awful of me. I meant to post the pole sitter at the end of qualifying. It just completely bypassed me.
Well, while you worry about that, Ben Shaw's been into the wall. And I don't know if he's got any damage. I think he might have just scraped along. But if you scrape along a wall on this game with simulation damage, it will absolutely ruin your tyres. So I wonder if he's going to be heading towards the pits. He's now down in P6, P9, on his own there in P5, already 6 seconds away from the pack. That is probably due to the battle between Ben Harrett and Sullivan Lewis. And indeed, Ben is going to pit. Along with Sully. So we'll see where those two come out. But I'm just trying to recall, I don't know if you recall, Jack, winning you're in, that's been binned off, hasn't it? So it is purely points is the important factor, I believe.
Hang on, I could be confusing myself with the NASCAR system because it's gone from there. I think we still got it here.
Have we still got it here? I thought we hadn't because of the whole supercharged thing. It's all about points now, as we see Arnold up into 5th.
I think you're doing the same as me and forgetting, or confusing it, sorry, with the NASCAR situation.
Because I was scripting through the rules. I don't actually have access to the rule book, which would help actually if I had access to that. Oh well. But I'm just trying to go off what
we can get you that.
What I've been able to find, and yeah, I couldn't actually see it. I think Johannes has had an issue through the S's where he's lost a few seconds, and Arnold has halved the gap to him. There's no damage on his car, but I wonder again if he's just had a bit of a scrape along a wall. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he pits on this lap. Like I said, you can pit whenever you want, and if you're making mistakes, yeah, it might be a good chance of getting undercut, but he will stay out. Up at the front, DRS for Jake, DRS for Tony. Are they happy to stay where they are? Is Logan happy to stay where he is up at the front? He looks very comfortable there. He looks absolutely at home, it has to be said. And like I say, I would be fully expecting the full-time call-up to come before long.
Give him a race or two when he's getting pushed about by the others, and we'll see how long that lasts. By the way, this is exciting. Battle for P18. It's me and Sullivan Lewis. These yellow flags are out.
I know. I was going to say that almost as exciting is Ben Harrett losing the back of the car. And let me just be absolutely clear on what I'm saying. You are looking at Michael Okeke, and he is in the top 10. He is in 8th place, and even worse, my kettle burn. Oh no! I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. I said nothing actually. Michael Okeke is up to 7th by magic.
That's all you need to know. Right, move away from him.
We already did. Away from who? Don't know what you're on about.
Gareth, P11. What's he doing?
Nothing, actually, which is a bit unusual for him. Wonder what.
Well,
wonder what's going on.
Have you noticed how Mexico is round one, so there's absolutely zero chance of getting knocked out at this stage or not winning a title at this track?
I think he broke his duck, didn't he, at Monza by not even qualifying. So I wonder if that's no longer a thing. But I mean, getting it out of the way round one, that's a way to absolutely confirm it, isn't it? As Arnold moves up to P3, that is because of a pass on Johannes, but also because Jake has made his first pit stop. He comes out behind Casper. Well, I'll tell you what, he had a 4-lap undercut, and it's just about got him ahead. That'll be interesting as they both sit behind Chris Waits. Is he going to move? I think he might move over. That's a bit disappointing. Don't do that. Or is he just hitting the race now? I just felt like he was moving over. Okay. He has left a lot of space. I think he's expecting a move from Casper, and the move isn't coming, which is a bit odd, but it's going to cost these 2 time being stuck behind Chris. And if I'm Logan, I might be heading to the pit lane on this lap. Let's see what he does.
Let's have a look. There we go. So I was looking further down the order. Logan, then the new boy, will stay out this time by, and that means he has now led 4 laps. Of course, I was told earlier this evening, Owen, that laps or leading laps means absolutely nothing other than for sheer people who are nerds. Basically, they like reading stats, like myself. So yeah, 4 all-time led for Logan. But this is a season, by the way. We expect Arnaud to hit 1,000. No other driver anywhere near him. And speaking of Arnaud, he actually lost his all-time points lead to Ben Shaw in the last race. So Ben Shaw is the all-time points leader by 2 points.
Looks like Casper is ahead of Gareth Hall. That's put him a car between himself and Jake. And he has DRS all the time here. He's following Jack Craig around. And yeah, so far so good for him. Obviously we'll keep an eye on it as we go along. OKK's now made his pit stop. He's down 16th place. But he was up to 5th before he actually came in. So, I mean, it was a decent start to his race. And we'll keep an eye on him. Because it would be nice to see him get a result. Pete Knighton sat there in 14th. Yeah. If he didn't get stuck behind Sully and Ben fighting, he might have had a better chance tonight. But I think the race has been sort of split into 2 halves almost, in terms of where the drivers are all at on the track. So we might need a safety car to sort of bunch him up at some point. Tony has come into the pits, and he puts on the hard compound tyres. This will be really interesting because he's going to have Casper and Jake, who are right on top of each other. Those 2 might well be racing each other, but they're both going to have DRS. They're both going to be fighting hard. There's been an accident in the final sector. And look at that, Tony, there's nothing he can do about these 2 who come blasting past him. And they put Jack Craig in between them as we go full course yellow. I think it's not a safety car, it's a VSC. Did Jake get in front of Jack Craig in time? I think he did.
I think he did, yeah.
That's fortunate timing there. Leroy has lost a lot of his front wing, and that might well be the cause of the VSC. It's not Jacko. His car is still running. He's up into 18th. Yes. It's better than I did. Better than I did in Zandvoort in the season opener last season. So, well, it's hard to do worse really to me actually.
I hope they give me the points for this because I thoroughly deserve them. Look at me as I slow it down, get turned in under yellow. Into turn 1,
following the delta,
back to the left. Yep, you know, a textbook, some might say.
We should actually point out that Logan is going to get a free pit stop here.
Amazing. Do you know what I was going to say as well? You mentioned about OKK with his good start to the race. It was this time 12 seasons ago where he won the opening race of that era. Now, I'm not saying he's going to do it again tonight. But wouldn't it be a story for the wee boy?
It would be. It would be a nice story, wouldn't it? But I think it needs divine intervention. It would have needed to happen while he was still on the track before making his first pit stop. Because I mean, look at this for Leroy and for Arnaud. We go green again as Logan comes out on the track, and he's going to have about 10 seconds. Well, maybe not as much as 10 actually, maybe more like 5 on Casper, question mark, because Jake's closing. It lasts 8.5 seconds. It is a pretty big chunk. Tony is right on their tails, and Arnaud, well, that pit stop's been able to get him a little bit closer, but now suddenly this lot had to make 8 seconds up on the race leader. I don't think they can do that. I think Logan's looked very, very good so far.
He is that good. I'm with you. I mean, he's not put a foot wrong this evening, has he? He's lucked into, obviously, a VSC, fair play. But you can't fault that. He deserved to be P1. He was P1. And he's got, 27 laps to go and achieve his first ever victory. Which is, by the way, a graphic I do not have. Ben Shaw provides the graphics these days. I do not have a Logan Oran race winner.
Well, you might have. Well, you got time to make one. It'll now be Jake O'Sullivan chasing him. He made a very tidy move there on Casper at the start of the second sector. And Casper, he fought very cleanly, it has to be said, to just let him go. His tyres are a little bit older, but it's not catastrophic. But I mean, look at the grip Tony's got as he pushes him round the final corner. Both of these pair are going to have DRS. That will make Tony's job a bit more difficult. Is Casper going to go for the move? Is he going to make life difficult for Jake O'Sullivan? I mean, he's close enough, but will not go for the move. But look how close these three are on track. Arnaud must be licking his lips here. He can't wait to get involved in this.
He did miss Mexico, of course, at the end of last season, so it's come around so quick. It feels like he hasn't missed it in his mental mind. And looking for his second championship this season. Jackocar in 2026, who would have thought it?
Yeah, I mean, give it a month, we'll be entering year 7. It's quite an odd number, really. Literally. But
yeah, well done.
Thanks. But we've been going for a while, haven't we? So 13. We were saying this before. I mean, we've said it so many times now. 12 seasons was always the upper limit, and now we're doing bloody 13. So there you go.
Yeah, I never signed up to this, so I'll tell you that.
Well, I know you were out the door, weren't you? I never signed up to even do past 9, and here we are. So goodness sake, just never ends.
And you know what? Despite that, they still couldn't pick a better commentary team. They begged us to come back and do season 13.
It was great. I thought that was a lot of validation I got there. That was fantastic. Not even a question about it. It's like, all right, you're just the commentators, aren't you? It's like, oh, okay. Happy days.
I mean, my plan was to, like, walk and go and never think about it anymore, but they were like, oh no, surely, who's going to help Owen?
Exactly.
Like, well, you won't find anyone with as much of experience in the league. And then they went and changed all the rules, so I know nothing.
Well... But you're still doing stats, which you said you wouldn't do. So
do you know
that's
what?
helping me out.
I'm doing the stats off the top of my head. Normally I have the laptop and the iPad up, but I've got none of that. This is all coming from my head this evening. Well,
I must say you can't tell.
I could be making it up.
Well, you could be making it up, but as I've discussed, I haven't a clue what any of the stats are. So you might as well just say any number, and I'll probably believe it.
Well, here's one for you. If Logan wins, he'll be the first American driver to win in Jackocar since Cam came on in season 7, I want to say. That's Silverstone 25% race.
As recent as that?
As recent as that, because Noah Clark won in season 2 of the Kia series, but that was way back in, 2021? I
always assumed Cam's time sort of ended about season 4. This maybe my mind is just being scrambled now. I think maybe I am just getting old.
It was in that middle part of the era, so somewhere between 4 and 7, I'm sure of it. 5 and 6 are probably a good chance.
If it happens in 7, I can't tell you anything that happened in 7 or 8 because I was practically retired for those 2 seasons. So maybe that's why I don't know about it.
Of course, season 8 is still well known to being my favourite.
Yeah, nice.
That's season 8 as well. We never had...
we've got a crash here, by the way.
A back-to-back race winner. Here we go.
Of course it is. I'm going to assume you were already looking at him, and you are just assuming. Yeah. I think he's hit Gareth, which is not going to help relations. But that was contact into turn 1, and it's definitely damaged O'Keefe's front wing. If it's gone into the side pod of Gareth, that could well have done his side pod in, and that's going to make a very uncomfortable rest of his race. I feel like we need a bit of a safety car here, because no one's going to catch Logan, are they? I mean, as much as it'd be nice to see him win, it'd be nice to see him have to fight for it, wouldn't it? Because you've got 4 very fast drivers, all in a train here, in Arnaud, Tony, Casper and Jake. But they're not doing anything. I think they're all just sort of pacing themselves at the moment. And probably, like us, waiting for the safety car to come.
Yeah, and here it comes, Owen. Yellow flags.
What's happened there? That's on the main straight. That's happened. How has that happened?
Oh, it's Leroy going very slowly.
Yeah, Leroy, who has a broken front wing, and he's just letting people through. But look at what's happening behind him. Baz has been attacked from all sides here, as he gets done by Chris Waite. He's already been done by Ben Harrett earlier on in the straight, and he's down into 12th place. Yet to make his first stop. So this is not going well for the former lobby host, who, if we had still had him in charge, he would have been away on time tonight. But let's not worry about that. As Robin gets past him and up into P12, those two contested the final Challenger 5 spot, didn't they? They were right next to each other on the timing tower at the end of Monza. Robin was miles ahead on the road, but just because of penalties, it ended up being Robin 4th and Baza 5th, I think, on that day. And if it had been the other way round, it would have been Baza in the Championship 5. So they've got a little bit of history.
They've been inseparable since then.
Also Gareth, who's was also involved in that, but he crashed in the last lap instead into Johannes, I think. So, and he got corner cutting and all sorts. If you haven't watched the end of Monza last season, it's certainly worth a look. It's certainly worth having a look. Even though within this stream we've told you who won the race, we've told you who got qualified for the playoffs, we've told you everything, but just watch it anyway. As Arnaud making a bit of contact here with Tony, the reigning champion, side pod to front left tyre, but it's Arnaud who gets through and up into 4th place. Back to Chris Waits, because there was a move going on certainly through there. Baza got done by Gareth, but Chris Waits and Ben Harrett were certainly going for it as well. Chris certainly drifted his way out of the first chicane there, and he sets in P10.
Here? Oh, it's me. I'm causing chaos in the chicane. Yeah, in the S's.
I just sort of cut to everyone cutting the corner there, so nice one.
Thank you. That was my fault.
I tell you what, we never considered having Jacko on the track as being a wild card option, but hey,
it's working really well.
think about it. Think about it. That could be the new rule. As Arnaud, he looks good for second place, or for third place, I should say, because Jake's way up the road, and that's no DRS for Casper.
Here goes Arnaud. Easy, way before turn 1. He's still in Venezuela as Arnaud before he made that move.
Just
of course, that's very topical at the minute.
I was gonna say, yeah. I bet you're well proud of that.
Thank you. Did you see the picture of me meeting the American president the other day?
I didn't actually.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Do carry on.
Yeah, just mentioning, as we always do mention, when a driver has a chance from winning from last on the grid, it's always exciting. Arnaud just has to make 2 more places, and he will, he'll add to his own tally. I think he's done it 2 or 3 times, hasn't he, winning from last on the grid. Again, needs a little bit of safety car help, but I wouldn't at all be surprised if he's in the position to do it, he does do it. So, yeah, up to 3rd for the moment. Certainly a good comeback after, missing the Championship 5. Even though he was never going to make the race, it was the fact he got knocked out at the first attempt.
So early, yeah.
So it's a good sort of bounce back from that. He did win races as well after that, but starting the new season on the front foot, no longer the reigning champion, less pressure on him, and driving pretty free at the moment. There's Ben Harrett being side by side there with Chris Waits again, but you're going to say something, Jeff?
Yes, I was going to tell you to check WhatsApp if you can.
Oh, yes.
Seeing as we have a slight lull in the race, Ben Harrett all over the place in the final complex of corners. Will complete another lap though. Maybe want some new tyres on that car. Owen Wyatt, your thoughts on that picture?
Have you lost weight?
I think I put it on. Wow. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to since leaving post of Jackocar CEO.
Just watching Tony nearly had a moment there coming through the S section, but if he had a moment, I think Casper might have had an even bigger one. I think Casper when's he going to make his next pit stop? Because it looked to me like those tyres are gone.
Sorry, I've just watched Ben Harrett absolutely steam one past Chris Waits. He was not expecting it. What a move. On tyres with no grip. That's great for position P10.
I wish I'd seen it. I saw a little bit of cons that they had post-move, but that's Ben Harrett into P10. But I was just going to say with Casper, when's he going to make his next pit stop? Because his tyres are gone, by the looks of it. He's got no pace left in them whatsoever. And yeah, he's dropping back through the field now. Remember, he was on the front row of the grid, and he's now down into 5th place. A tidy move there from the reigning champion Tony, but I wonder if Casper will get another run on him. Even though Tony has DRS, Yeah, he's going to pull away. I thought maybe with the better exit, Casper might have been able to have a shot at him, but he's stuck down there. In P5, Arnold, look out for him. He might well get past Jake O'Sullivan at the start of the next lap. He's looking very quick, but not as quick as Logan. 10 seconds now, his gap at the front of the field. He's looking very comfortable. I bet he was told all sorts of horror stories about how difficult this league is and about how chaotic it is, and he must be really confused.
Yeah, this is easy, guys. Arnold, by the way, a sigh of relief from everybody who doesn't want back-to-back and multiple champions with how good he's looking here this evening. Had he been able to make it and then race in the Championship 5 in Mexico last season,
oh,
could very well have been a back-to-back champion. Yeah,
Leroy's gone off. Yep, Leroy has gone off. I didn't want to cut away from that because we're wheel to wheel with Ben Harrett and Chris Waits again, believe it or not. And Chris, he's still ahead of him. I can't believe it. Why has he done that? And he's fighting very hard for the S section. Arnold, we aren't watching it, but it was inevitable it was going to happen. He's up into second place, but these guys are going mad. Look at that! As Ben Harrett pushes Robin right to the inside, just about enough room left, and good awareness from the pair of them to stay facing in the right direction. And what a battle these lot are having for 10th place.
Casper pits, Ben Harrett nearly in the wall as well. So was Robin a few seconds ago. He breathes a sigh of relief and goes again here as he begins lap 18. And Chris Waits ahead. Oh, sorry, my timing screen was messing up there. Chris Waits is P9 to confirm that. Move
happening. Ben Harrett's through again. Will he stay ahead again? We'll have to wait and see. But your time screens were right. It's just that their pit stops were happening, so they're making places via pit stops. Where does that leave Casper? So Casper, he's sat in P8 behind you, which is helpful. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on what Risky does. He's 5 seconds off these guys. It just we don't know when they'll pit. If he catches them, that might be quite exciting. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. But yeah, I don't really know when the right time is to make next pit stops. I think Casper had no choice because he pitted on lap 1. The rest of them will presumably stay out and go for mediums,
I guess. What was it last season? The softs wouldn't do more than 5 laps or something.
They didn't. Yeah, I mean,
was the better tyre, wasn't it?
I mean, we saw it with Casper at the start of this race. He didn't want to do more than 1 lap on them.
I hate to jinx things, Owen, but we've not had any DNFs yet.
Not even you.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and all that.
Well, we're only at the halfway stage of the race, so there's plenty that can still happen, which again is a bit concerning if you're Casper and you've already made both your pit stops, and you've still got half the race to go. Is, believe it or not, side by side again, Ben Harrett and Chris Waits, and there's a car off ahead of them. That'll be Leroy again. He must have rear wing damage or something along those lines. But now Robin's going to get involved, and there's yellow flags here, so be careful with who you're overtaking and when you're doing it, because it might well not count. As Ben almost into the back, Robin is into the back, and yes, it's all very aggressive here. In the fight for it is still just for 9th, but I mean they're giving us a proper show, yeah.
Chris Waits,
and look at that! 5 seconds in a lap. Is that what Risky's gained on them? I mentioned he might have to catch quickly, but that's ridiculous. Look at him! He's all over them. How is he that much faster than them? That's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Not recently, anyway. 5 seconds in a lap. That's just crazy.
I was going to say, Chris Waits, the head of this train, and with no penalties, so it doesn't matter really where he is and what he does. Ben Harrett going for a half spin once again. Risky. Sullivan Lewis in the middle of all of this. Another lap goes by. Can he get Robin before the DRS? No.
Oh, this could get ugly.
But he's in the fight.
This might get ugly. They're all going to be passing Ben Harrett here. We know how aggressive Ben's been, especially here. And down the inside, Risky has to wait. That'll allow Ben a little chance, but I think he's been sensible there for once and isn't going to get back involved. He then goes straight off the road, and Gareth, sadly, hasn't been able to get involved at all in any of this. He's just been watching. He must have some side pod damage after getting hit by OKK earlier on in the race. As wide goes Robin, and that's going to be another move for Risky done. up into 10th. I mean, how high can he get with this undercut? Because he must be the fastest car on track in a minute. Probably even faster than Casper, just because Casper he's on a harder compound. He isn't the back of Ben Shaw, so he has got some pace. And when he gets past Ben, which he has done now, he'll be in a massive chunk of clean air. He'll be able to do some good work there.
By the way, since Arnaud got into second, he has found half spin from Sullivan Lewis. It's okay, he'll recover, he'll go again. But yeah, Arnaud has found a second and a half on Logan. He's eaten into the gap, but it's not enough at this rate. If you want to see somebody other than Logan win the race, you're going to have to hope that he speeds into the pit lane or crashes out, something like that, because he looks like he has it under control, the American. Out comes the pits, Ben Shaw. Is that Ben Shaw? It is.
It is Ben Shaw.
And Sullivan Lewis, side by side at the turn 1, Owen Wyatt.
Yep, for position this is important. Sully's undercut, that's what it means. Just a bite! Oh! Just misses the wall, but does lose out, and all his good work's been undone. And here comes Robin to make it even worse for him. Oh, he nearly gets hit as well. As Risky doesn't want to get his move up. Contact. He's just watching Ben Shaw disappear off into the distance. If he had just kept his car under control at a turn 3, he would have been ahead. But Ben Shaw, he'd be breathing a sigh of relief, I'll tell you that much, because he nearly lost that position. He probably should have lost that position. Oh no, that's in the wall now, and Sully's spinning like a top. Oh, he's done the tyres in. Overheated tyres. We said about it here on this track. He lit up the rears through the stadium section on the last lap. He did it again at the start of this lap, and you can see on his dash his rear tyres are well over 100 degrees. That car is going to be a dog to drive. He may even have to get off the tyres, but I mean, how to do that? He's got front wing damage as well. His race, unfortunately, has come undone just as quickly as it looked like it was coming alive.
He's flying, and we've seen this, haven't we? Especially last season, the glimpses of speed and all of that. He just can't put it together. He will have those races. It will come to him, and one day he will get that win. But that day is not today. We're here in round 1, season 13. Welcome back to Jackocar. We are live in Mexico, as we also see Logan pit from the lead.
That's more good news for him, that Arnaud hasn't had a chance to undercut him, but obviously this does then put him at risk. Well, it doesn't actually put him at risk. If a safety car comes out, it puts him at risk if a VSC comes out. If a safety car comes out, you can't make a mandatory pit stop. We brought that rule back. Unless you're already committed to the pit lane when the safety car comes out, so that's where Jackocar would need to come in. But yeah, actually, that just means that you can make your strategy in the safe knowledge that you won't get shafted by a safety car. But a VSC, yeah, just unfortunate.
Yep. And Logan's hoping that doesn't happen to him. Leroy out of this race.
And that's retiring in the pits. Like I say, by the signs of it, his car was utterly destroyed. But what that does mean, and this is quite tragic for him, is that his supercharged race leaves him with no points. Not even the 2 he would have got for just finishing last. It doesn't mean much, I suppose, when you're down there, but yeah, all those incentives to finish a race, and it just didn't happen.
Not his day. It does, however, guarantee P18 for myself, which is great news. I don't know how many points that is these days. In my days, it would have been 1 point.
Yeah, it'll be 2 points.
It'd be 2 points with it. That's well worth it.
No, look at this. We've oh, hold on. There's too many things going on. Who do I want to watch? Who should I... What's go... Oh, that's Leroy's retired car. That's just going around still. I was wondering what was going on there. As OKK makes contact. Big contact. 2, 3, 4 times there with Jack Craig. And he's got a car behind him of... That's not Tony, is it? Who's that? Is that Tony? It is Tony. Yeah. That's a bit uncomfortable for him. But he gets through it. Just a bite. And...
Oh, Carnival.
Who's that? That's, oh, more contact. Just contact everywhere. That was, who was that? Was it Bazza?
No, Sullivan.
Was it? I thought it was... Oh, I don't know who that car... It was Bazza. Yes, it was Bazza.
I can tell you it wasn't Arnaud.
No, I thought it might have been...
way away from this.
I was worried it was, Logan, to be honest. I was slightly bad at it. The car looked similar from where we were looking at it from, but it was Baza who had a moment. I still get to make a second stop as well, so he might be looking at finishing 17th here. His tyres look shot as well. He's having a real wrestle with the steering wheel just to get through the stadium section, and he's had enough of those tyres, I think. Right. Look at this. Casper drifting round. The undercut. It got him ahead of Jake O'Sullivan, but that car's got absolutely no grip. A shopping trolley would handle better than this by the looks of it. And that'll be Jake moving up into 4th place. As it stands, we still have pit stops to come. And let me just, once again, I really should have just kept my point system up, shouldn't I? Because I need to tell you what that's worth to him.
Does sound like it'd be quite useful.
I think if he finishes 4th, it'll be 46 points, which is not bad. It'll leave him as the championship leader. Always handy. And he'll lead by, well, yeah, he'll lead by 11 points regardless of what happens if he finishes there. So yeah, not too bad. As Arnaud, I mean, what's his plan then? Because we know that. Oh, hold on, we've got a car off. Sully. Not going to bring out a VSC or a full safety. But yeah, I'm guessing Arnaud will go for medians, where obviously we've seen Logan, he's went for hards. But the bigger problem that Arnaud has is that Logan might well just catch and pass him. He's flying along, he's about 6 seconds behind him on the road. He's got 3 cars between himself and the race leader. 6.5 seconds, as you can see, the gap. I don't think there's anything Arnaud can do to stop this win from happening. As Jake settles himself now into 3rd, and I mean he's getting the undercut on Arnaud as well. Could put him up to 2nd, and that would give him 60 points today rather than what he's currently on, which is 52.
And I didn't want to say this at the time, but Logan's lap in qualifying, I was watching it thinking, this guy's good, like as in top of the league good.
We both said it, yeah. We both were impressed.
But now we're seeing, sorry, I'm just getting in the way of Logan. He has survived that battle.
Hello.
So even with that, he has impressed, he has done well. And I don't see anybody else more deserving of the race win today.
Yeah, this is quite ominous, it has to be said, for everyone else. Because this is not the only time. I hope is it still an open championship? Do we actually know that?
Oh, well, I asked the question earlier and I didn't get an answer to it.
Yeah, because it would be really good to get an answer.
It's a worry.
Yeah, it'd be really useful to get an answer, because it'd be quite sad if it isn't, actually, because he absolutely will deserve the 35 points.
Now, let me tell you something here, Owen. Back in my day, this sort of dominant performance, I wouldn't have liked it. It would have been like, no, you're too fast for the league. And of course, all the drivers as well would have been like, this guy's too fast, he's going to stop us from winning races. It's not my problem now. So I do wonder what approach Ben and Gareth will take with Logan. Will they offer him, if he wins this race, will they offer him the full-time seat? Like, oh, please come and race every week. You're really good, you're what the league needs. Or will they accept that he is just too fast? Or is it just this race, it's gone well for him?
This race has had one VSC. It had one VSC, no safety cars. It's as far as Jackocar races go, this has been quite an anomaly, actually.
It's the least Jackocar type race ever. Yeah.
So I think it's too early to say he's too fast, because as soon as the Jacko elements get involved, he will suddenly find that it's not that easy to win every week. There's a reason that it never happens. There's a reason we go so many times where we don't have back-to-back winners. It didn't happen at all last season. So I wouldn't be sounding the alarms yet. Saying that, when you see the gap he's about to have over the rest of the field, I mean, maybe you'd be a bit concerned, but I mean, just go faster, innit? I mean, Jake's won 3 championships, we haven't kicked him out. He's 8.6 seconds behind. It's not that much. We've seen bigger gaps in the past. We've seen races won by 30 seconds before, pretty much. So yeah,
we saw one here, didn't we? It was 36. Jamie Wright, season 4.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't be sounding the alarm, but it does speak to how well drivers are actually vetted here. that this doesn't happen more often, where you just see drivers show up and dominate. Obviously, I did it in Singapore.
Well, obviously, you're just that good.
You know, I did that in Singapore. Maybe that's why it's your favourite season. But yeah, that was a bit of a one-off as well, because
that'll be it.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But that was a one-off as well, because the next race in Saudi Arabia, I qualified in Narnia and finished like last. So do you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean you show up and dominate. That was my second race, so it wasn't a debut win. But I finished third on debut anyway. Just in case anyone's interested. No one's interested.
I've had another thought, actually, whilst you've been speaking about... Oh, Sullivan's off, by the way.
Would help me hit something, wouldn't it?
The driver, the first start to pole conversion rate. Here's another shout out. Josh Fletcher, Brazil. Season 3 or 4.
That's around the same time period, isn't it, as
Samba,
Nathan?
but Samba went on to win the race. And I'm sure he had multiple starts. But Josh was one and done, and he crashed out in Brazil. I'm sure he was on pole.
I think Nathan was also a one and done. I might be wrong, because again, we just looked at him. He's actually a good example. We looked at him and thought, absolutely no chance. He's too fast, and he is too fast. he is just... He's an alien on any game he plays, pretty much. No wonder Fanatec signed him up. But, yeah. So it does happen every now and then, I suppose. But Jake, currently, he's faster than him. So, who knows? Can he gain a second a lap? Probably not. But a late safety car here can still throw everything into chaos.
That's what the league is good for. We've seen it many times. Look at Monza, most recently. Round 16 of Season 12. And it gave us that epic finish. Oh. So my arse was hurting. Since I sold my Rigo, and I've not yet replaced it with a seat or a chair, so I'm perched on the end of one's bed. At
your age, you need to sort that out.
I need, for the orthopaedic issues that may ensue in following years.
Your back will thank you. Forget your backside.
Yeah. So that's the current situation. They call me No Chair Jacko.
Yeah, that won't stick.
Do you not think?
No.
Oh dear. How many viewers we got actually? I've not, like I say, I've got no telemetry.
I'm frightened to check, to be honest with you.
It must be at least 2.
Well, okay, let's find out.
So 7.
7? What's wrong with you?
Bloody hell! Hi guys. I thought we were just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, no one said anything in the chat since Corey, presumably in qualifying or whatever it was I mentioned, his race bans. That's what this race is missing. It's missing Corey Dalton. That's what it's missing.
A bit of Corey and Kieran intervention. That's what it needs.
Yeah. I think Pete Knighton's missus is still here as well. Good race he's having at the minute. P7 for his standards.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Wow. He's 16 seconds behind the car in front. He's 16 seconds ahead of the car behind. What could possibly go wrong?
As we cut to Pete Knighton.
Upside down.
Oh no, he's successfully negotiating it? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Getting his way through the S's. Yeah, negotiating his way through the S's. Yeah. That's correct.
Right, we've got a battle.
Sometimes I come out with words, I don't know what they mean. Yes! Casper, and on out.
Oh, and they've touched. I tell you what, we nearly missed that. But Arnaud, on those medium compound tyres, has made his way through up into third place. And Risky's put it in the wall this time. I mean, this is a driver who's, again, only sticking around for the 3 points he'll be getting for this. Actually, it's not 3 points, is it? Because we haven't got 20 drivers. It'd be 4 points. So, there you go. There's an incentive. Here comes Arnaud. I'd get out of his way if I was you, Sully. Just, don't want to cause any controversies. As he practically stops on the track.
Saw that.
Yeah, well, that's one way to let them all through, isn't it? But he's having a horror show of a race. You've actually closed about 10 seconds on him in the last sort of 5 laps.
So just that good.
So actually, you're getting 3 points as it stands. So, get excited. That's 3 more than I managed last season.
Front wing intact as well. You love to see it.
Yeah. Oh, hello. That's Robin has had a moment at turn 1. facing the right direction now, and Johannes has left the session. Now, if Pete Knighton gets his foot down, he might be able to...
Johannes has a penalty.
And he has a penalty as well, so he wouldn't even need to pass him. He could nick a P6 here, which again would be a very good start to your season, yeah. Sully's in the pits. That means, Jacko, it's his P17. Happy days.
And I want to see my name on the standings as well when they come out on Friday. That's tomorrow, actually. I want to see that. P17,
Robin,
former league owner. That'll do me.
Yeah, Robin's got back past Ben Harrett there. At least they were having a battle. These two, of course. Sadly, Chris Waits is a long way up the road from these two now. But those guys had a lot of nice entertainment, didn't they? As Arnold there, just getting past OKK. We're very much in the closing stages now. If we don't get a safety car in the next sort of lap or two, I don't think we're gonna get one. To be honest with you, I mean, they're all driving very cleanly. It's very unusual. As
yeah, I don't know what's gone on with these guys.
And I wonder if Gareth, having just seen the race leader lap him, maybe that's all he needs to know. Right, it's too fast. He's lapped me. I'm 10th. That can't be happening. What sort of league is this? It's your league. Do something about it. So yeah, all is looking very good for Logan. And yep, the race win. It's gonna come his way very soon. Now Arnold's got a penalty, and that's pretty much killed off his chances of getting P2 of Jake O'Sullivan, which would mean a 60-point haul for the man on his supercharger tonight, which is a very, very good result indeed. You're not going to see many supercharged results as good as that this season. We do have a chart somewhere that tells us who the superchargers are for every week. In fact, I'm going to find it now. Next week, we are in Monza, obviously. It's one of the wildcard races. Yuri and, believe it or not, Sullivan Lewis are using their superchargers then. So, you know, this is what they've got to aim at if they want to sort of replicate that success. Obviously, Sully's not doing anything successful at the moment. Currently cutting the grass down at turn 1, 2, and 3. You've got a good healthy margin over him now, Jacko.
Hold on. 35. Okay, sorry. Yes, it's always good to have a healthy margin over Sullivan Lewis. I don't want to be anywhere near him with the amount of times he's been off track today. The reason I was temporarily paused just then is because I was working out how many previous Cup Series race winners there have been. It is 35. It's likely to become 36. And that, kids, is how numbers work.
I was worried you were about to start having to go on my maths, to be honest.
What was your maths?
Correct. That's all you need to know.
Good. Well done, Owen. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Tony's ahead of Casper into P4. He's got 1.8 seconds to try and catch Arnold. I believe he's only got a 3-second penalty, but I will check that. It is only 3. Johannes has 13, so Pete, no pressure, just stay where you are. P6 is coming your way. 11 seconds is the gap up at the front now, and riding with Logan, it's been pretty comfortable. It's got a nice livery as well. I mean, can't really complain too much. It's a nice looking car up at the front of the grid. How often will we see it there this season? That's pretty much entirely up to Gareth and Ben Shaw to decide. Will they be running a dictatorship like Jacko did, or will they be a little bit less brutal?
Do you know
Be
what?
a little bit of former, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Took the words out my mouth. Absolutely, and it's Gareth, isn't it? He is going to be a dictator with it.
To be fair, dictatorship is very much back in fashion, isn't it, these days? I'm sure your mate Donald would have had plenty to say about that when you met him. So I'm sure you've been passing on his wisdom
big fan of mine.
To the leaders.
And everything that I've achieved with the league, and that the people win it as well. He is a great fan, a really great fan of the league, you know. Anyway,
he'd be
enough of that.
Fuming that we're racing in Mexico, though.
He wouldn't like this at all. It is, however, one step better than Venezuela. Owen, I'm going to take charge for a few seconds, if you don't mind. Welcome to the baseball section for the penultimate time in this race, and that can only mean one thing then. Mexico, it's not been a classic, but it has been a new era, and an eye-opening new era for what is to come. It's 1 lap to go in the Shaw and Hall era, and we have an American leading the way. It's what I wanted for 6 years, and I never got it. But maybe Logan Aron will deliver. And I've butchered his name, but I've given him a French twang, and I hope he appreciates that as he slides through turn 1.
It's probably a better attempt than I'm going to call it. I'm just going to be calling him Logan when he crosses the line. I'll let him correct me after the race.
I think we should shorten it to Logan Aura. I think that sounds better.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, he's got aura in his name, but then that makes him sound like a 6-year-old trying to be funny on the internet, and I don't want to do that. I'm a 23-year-old trying to be funny on the internet. Completely different. So, you know, gotta be careful with how we do these things. By the way, Arnaud, he's made 3 seconds already on Jake. He only passed him on the last lap.
Jake let him go, didn't he?
I know, but he's got no pace whatsoever. And he might find himself under pressure from Tony here on this final lap for the final podium place. So we'll keep an eye on how that goes. But up at the front, it's going to be a win by about 15 seconds because of Arnaud's penalty. That's how much Jake has fallen off. And Tony's going to get him. Tony's going to get him here. Yeah, he has got him. Is he out of fuel or something? He's out of fuel. Jake's out of fuel. But here comes Logan to the line. Domination in Mexico City. Arnaud's going to be second, but Jake O'Sullivan, is he even going to be in the top 4? This is a disaster on this supercharged result.
Casper can't get him.
He will get him.
He will get him. Wow.
P5 only. That was going to be second place. He's gone from a 60-point haul to just 42. That could make all the difference towards the end of this regular season. You just never know. He's lost so many points in one go because he ran out of fuel. That's why he was going so slow in that final lap. And that's why Arnaud got to keep his second place. So it's, Logan from Arnaud and Tony, the reigning champion, gets on the podium as his first race as the reigning champion.
Here comes Pete Knighton, by the way. P6, what a drive.
Yep, he's done the job. He's just behind Jake and Casper. That's the top 5. And then obviously you've got Pete, just 0.3 of a second ahead of Johannes. And then Chris Waits and Ben Shaw will be the last cars across the line. Our supreme leader. Oh yeah, you're still out there, aren't you? I mean, you'll cross the line before those two in 17. What a result.
Thank you. I couldn't have done better myself.
Yeah, no, a truest statement you'll never hear. But our league owners finishing 9th and 10th. Improvement is needed if these two are going to make Thursday Night Thunder as exciting as they want it to be. I think you might have to start, racing a bit harder.
Give them some tips.
Yeah, I think you might. Well, we'll let them sort their own problems out first before we start meddling with them. Although, again, next week is a wild card event. Anything can happen. I mean, we could have a sprint race that will decide the grid. We could have, let's say, a rainbow race with strategy. We could have anything, basically. The wild card races are basically for Gareth and Ben to just mess with everyone and mess with us. And the drivers will not find out what the wild card is until it's too late to do anything about it. So, yeah, we'll see how that all goes in Monza, which is already a pretty dramatic race as it is. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing what they come up with. But here is the order for the first round of Season 13, the first ever Thursday Night Thunder event. Logan wins ahead of Arnaud from 19th on the grid. It's a decent result. Tony, Casper, Jake, Pete, Johannes, Chris, Ben and Gareth. Then outside the top 10 you're going to have Robin, Ben Harrett, Mike Kelterborn, Jack Craig, OKK, Baza, yourself, Jacko, Risky, and then, or Sullivan Lewis, I should say, and Leroy, who would have only been getting 4 points if he'd finished the race on a supercharger, but it is still a supercharger wasted. He leaves with no points, bottom of the championship. Disaster, pretty much. I'd remind you who won the duels, but I don't remember. So look out for some graphics on that. Again, it's not really that important, duels. It just gives something else to think about when you're in qualifying. It'll be worth some playoff points at the end of the regular season. Yeah, we'll see if it sticks around. I'm sure for the drivers actually participating is quite interesting, but since we don't have the capabilities on this game to make our own custom graphics, that's the sort of thing that'd be really useful if we could just have an actual graphic on the screen. But I don't know how to stream on PC, so
And we're not going to.
And we're not going to. We haven't got the budget, mate. I haven't got the budget. But
so I'm just a little bit absent because I'm trying to get an answer to my earlier question about Open Championships.
Yeah, because it's also worth asking, if it's an Open Championship, does that also then mean that the points get shuffled up? So, Logan doesn't get his 35 points to the win, so does that then go to Arnold? But I'm sure it probably doesn't work that way. I'm sure it doesn't work that way, but yeah, you never know. It's just worth putting that out there, just as a thing that might happen. But yeah, shall we wait for an answer? Do you reckon we'll get one in good time?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because
right.
I know what it's like post-race, and you got everyone messaging you, and you're trying to debrief.
Well, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. They got to do this the first time. What are you going to do after this then? No, you don't have all the admin to do.
I'm going to turn my PlayStation off and go to sleep. That's
nice.
What I'm gonna do.
Sounds like a nice plan, that.
It's like this is happy times. I love it.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna go and play Crash Bandicoot 4. Difficult game. Don't play it. Will ruin your sanity.
Importantly, there is you don't have any stats to deal with. You're a bit like me.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm used to this.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you can see why I never get involved.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah. Right then, we will call it there. That has been the first round of Thursday Night Thunder. Do you know the thing is, right, it's not as embarrassing as Boogity Boogity Boogity, so I'll probably just keep saying it, actually, just because it's funny for me and to no one else. But yeah, we'll be back from Monza next week, and I hope it's not a boring race, because that was boring. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Safe travels, take care, God bless, all the rest of it. Cheerio. How many ways can you say goodbye?